So welcome friends. So in this video, we will be discussing cutaneous mycosis. So if we move on to what is mycosis, you know that have you heard about your fungal infections? So have you heard about your fungal infections? You know that there are many fungus, right, which are present in the environment, in the air itself. And this particular fungus can attack the skin, right, the surface of the skin, and can bring about various types of infections, okay. So that is basically your mycosis. And cutaneous means the surface of the skin. So cutaneous mycosis is classified as dermatophytosis. What is dermatophytosis? A ringworm disease of the nail, hair, and the stratum corneum of the skin, caused by certain groups of fungi, which is your dermatophytes. So they basically affect the surface of the skin, infecting the surface of the skin. So dermatomycosis, more general name for any skin disease. It's a more general name. So dermatophytosis is actually the disease of your nail, hair, and stratum corneum of the skin. But dermatomycosis is a much more generalized name of any skin disease caused by the cancer, so caused by the fungus. So you get to see these patches on the body, the red blotches on the body, these pigmentations on the body, right? This scaling, right? These are all onto the surface of the skin, which is being caused by your dermatophytes. Now, here are two pictures of organisms, right? Now see one organism, this one, which is actually elongated rod-like structure. This is your trichophyton. And these have spores. These are spores-like structure. This is your microsporium, right? So dermatophytes, these are all dermatophytes, and they digest keratin by the enzyme keratinases, and they are resistant to cycloheximide. So they are classified into three groups depending upon their unusual habitat. So they live in a different unusual habitat, right? And accordingly they are being classified. So these are the two examples, that is your trichophyton and your microsporium. Now, clinical dermatophytosis, so that which gives you a clinical manifestation, a clinical significance. So infection is named according to the anatomic location involved. So the location in which they actually causing the disease, accordingly the infection is being named. Like Tinea corporis. Tinea corporis is a small lesion occurring anywhere in the body. So I have shown here the part of the hand. So it can be in the legs or any part of the body. So that is your Tinea corporis. Next is your Tinea Pedis. Tinea Pedis is athlete foot, right? So it is an infection of the feet, infection of the toe waves, right? The toe waves and the soles of the feet. So these are the toe waves. You get to see scaling on the surface of the toe, right? And this is the sole in which you get to see the scaling. And this is mind it, these are all the name of the disease. We have not talked about the causative organism. We will be talking in the next slide. This is your Tinea unguim. Tinea unguim onychomycosis. This is the disease which is being caused by nails in the nails, clipped and used for culture. So you get to see that the nail degrades. So see how the nail, the keratin of the nail has degraded. You get to see the nails of the hand, the feet, which can undergo degradation by, and this is your Tinea unguim. So if you move on to the description, Tinea Capitis, we will be discussing later. This is the ringworm. Why ring? Because it is having a ring-like structure. The lesion is like the ring. So it's ringworm. So ringworm of the scalp. So microsporium species and trichophyton species are the responsible. Tinea corporis. ringworm of the body. So same as Tinea Capitis. Tinea barbi, infection of the beard area of the face, and this is caused by your trichophyton. I have shown you the diagram of the trichophyton. Tinea curis, ringworm of the growing jock itch. Trichophyton, Candida albicans, Epidermophytum flocosum. These are the organisms which can cause ringworm of the growing. Tinea Pedis, athlete foot, caused by Tinea cruis. Tinea vesicolor, depigmented scaly patch of the skin, so the pigmentation will not be there and the scaly patches will be there. Malassezii furfure. Next is furfur. Mycoses, aspergillosis, fungal infection of ear canal. So that will lead to aspergillus, from the aspergillus species. Cutaneous candidiasis, you get to see candidiasis of the nail, the skin, the mouth, the vagina. And you know Candida albicans is the opportunistic pathogen. They are there in your body, but when the immune system lowers, they proliferate like anything and they cause the disease. So they are the opportunistic pathogen. Mycetoma, tumor-like swelling, draining abscess. So this is your pseudo Lelsseria boydii and other, right? So pseudo Lelsseria boydii and other, these are the causative agent of mycetoma. Actinomycosis, chronic suppurative or granulomatous disease of jaw, thorax or abdomen, and it is caused by actinomyces israeli, actually classified as bacteria but cause fungus-like infection. So these are the various types of fungus. Again, I move on to Tinea Capitis. See, head, frequently found in children. Red colored zone, you get to see, which has become white colored patch. So this is your Tinea Capitis. Okay. So let's move on. Make it, you know that this is having all this information. Let's have some storytelling class. Okay, the awareness, right? These are why we are studying this microbiology or medicinal microbiology is because of your you can say that to a certain extent awareness, right? So let's see it. So this is the story which I was talking about. So see, these children are basically playing. Okay, so these children are playing in water. See, in a sunny day, they are basically playing in the water, and they are moving about in the cattles, and they're enjoying in the greenery. Okay. Now all of a sudden, this child has come home, and you get to see this round, right? This particular round-like structure in his arm, right? And this round is basically your ringworm. Okay. So this is his mom calling the school because he cannot go to the school with this, right? And also, she's also calling the doctor to see that what is actually happening. She took an appointment of the doctor, right? And it is basically itchy, very itchy, right? It is very itchy, it is very scaly, right? So that he went to the doctor. So when he went to the doctor analyzed it very well, right? And doctor said what? Said that he should prevent scratching. These are the stylish skins which is coming out of the ringworm, because he had a ringworm infection and he should not scratch, right? he should keep that place clean. Okay. So the doctor also moved for the thorough investigation throughout his body, right? Because ringworm can occur anywhere. It can occur in the body, it can occur in the groin region, and this particular baby thought that it is a worm. It is actually not a worm, it is actually the fungus. Okay. So these are the microorganisms. So this is the microbial world that was being talked about by the doctor to the child. So she gave an ointment, and this particular child need to go to the pharmacy to get that particular ointment, right? So the medication is being given to the child. See, this is the contaminated gloves which was actually being used to touch this patient. So that contaminated gloves were basically being disposed, right? And the doctor was telling that how this can be transmitted. It can be transmitted from the pool of water. It can be transmitted by contact with an infected person, with an infected animal, anything. And this particular person played with the animal, played with the friends. So maybe his friends or the animals is having this type of contamination. And from there, this particular baby or this particular child got the disease, right? So his friends is actually awareing his friends about the disease, that it can be transmitted very easily, right? So you should take precautions. So the mother and the child went to the pharmacy shop for the medication, and it was continuously itchy for the child, but the child is trying to prevent itself from having the itching process, because the doctor said not to scratch that particular area. Okay. So this particular child was thinking that maybe this itch will be there throughout his body if it is not prevented. Okay. So this is his friend who was asking about what has happened, right? So this particular child was being called as butt scratcher, because it's continuously scratching that particular area, right? So this is the ointment which is being given in the pharmacy shop. Okay. So let's say what they're saying. So this particular child came to know about the fungal infection, and ultimately he also awared the other friends about the fungal infection, right, from where they can get the fungal infection, and also how to take care when you have this type of ringworm infection in you.